Good morning, Thunderbirds fans. John Jaramillo coming live to you here from Brooklyn Park. Nice arena where your Thunderbirds are going to be facing off here against Indiana Elite for their third game here on the weekend. Again, Indiana Elite comes into this game currently ranked number 22 in the country. And as the My Hockey rankings goes, anything better than a 2-goal loss, it's our benefit, but we're looking to come out on top of this one with a big W.
I agree, John. Good morning. Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. Feels like the Sunday traveling so early in on Thursday.
Been a good weekend so far. Obviously, yesterday afternoon's game, coming into this one, want to shake that one off, obviously. Team played pretty well, I thought. Looking back at it, they had a ton of block shots. We had a couple great opportunities. They took advantage of theirs, but overall, I think the Tbirds played a pretty strong game yesterday. Got to clean up some of those mistakes. But excited to see what they do coming out against this team. As we were saying, top 20 ranked team. Great opportunity for the Tbirds to kind of measure, stick themselves against some of the top competition here in the nation. So excited to get this one going on an early Saturday morning.
Early Saturday morning. Let's go leave it on the table here. They'll have the rest of the day to go rest, play a little bit. I'm not sure what their plans are.
Itinerary had them going Little Mall of America. Roller coasters and mini putt-putt golf and,
escape rooms, all the food.
What better place to take a bunch of 15-year-old kids than a mega mall, or Mall of America. So.
Well, my plans entail a little nap and catching up on a little work that's been avoiding me.
Yeah. It's always good avoiding work on hockey trips, but myself, I'm going to go home, watch a little bit of the Ryder Cup. I don't know if you've been following along, but Team Europe has been just crushing the Americans all weekend. It's not looking great so far this morning. Was up early watching that as well. So, but then going to play a little golf myself.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, weather looks fantastic. We're looking high 70s, low 80s today. Should be a good evening.
Go get your own little Ryder Cup action going out on the links. They do have a top golf in town. I am the top golf champion.
Really? I thought I saw when I flew in, it actually said, home of Dom Field, top golf champion.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know it.
The house that Don built.
It is hard to get away from some of those labels,
You're just one man, Don.
Well, thanks to those of you tuning in near and far. We don't see you, but we feel you. So let's channel all of that Thunderbird energy into these boys today and have them fly, fly, fly.
Tbirds getting a good solid warm up here, donning the all black again, which I love that clean all black look. And over here, Team Indiana in the cream color
was a little
pretty
bit
nice look. Yeah, oh yeah. Kind of an old Blackhawks throwback cream color there with the red and black accents. So.
Well, I think the message after yesterday's game were, again, minimize mistakes, but let's get parts on that.
I agree. I mentioned it earlier. A ton of shots we generated yesterday, but Team Illinois did a fantastic job of blocking shots, and that could be a product of our shot selection and doing that. But I feel 75% of our shots from the point inside too were getting blocked and eaten up, as they were not afraid to jump in front of the puck and get after them. So excited to see if we can generate some more clean opportunities today and put a few in the back of the net versus a pretty tough team at this point.
Yeah, I think, right? The name of the game is to find the back of the net. It doesn't really matter how you do it, but let's get dirty early, and that'll open up the lanes a little bit more to allow for more creativity. But let's not do too much.
Yeah. And within that same note, obviously, offensive side of things, got a little more crisp over there. Thought we were a little off yesterday. I feel like all weekend we just haven't been crisp. So would love to see some nice tape-to-tape passes coming through today. Really see that open ice and move the puck well. And the defensive side of things, I think we've been playing pretty strong. It's just a couple of those pucks where we're just not getting them out, not playing it right, or just a turnover turning in an opportunity on the other side. So got to be weary of that today. Take care of inside the blue line for us.
Well, in football, they say sometimes it's a game of inches, and you know what? I think that can be tied right back to hockey. Managing those blue lines is ever important.
33 seconds left here to go in the warm-up. Unbelievable slate today, though. You got Tbirds starting it off, a great college football slate. Ryder Cup going on. The end of the MLB baseball season. It's a great time of year, Doug.
And NHL hockey's getting ready to ramp right back up, so you said it. There's your buzzer. Well, how do we start? We start fast. Let's get pucks in deep and go to work right back down here in the corners.
Love to see that forecheck firing on a Saturday morning. I think look back against the Sioux Falls game, which seems like 100 years ago. That forecheck is really leading to those opportunities. So come out the gates, get that hard forecheck going, create some opportunities, have them make mistakes, and us take advantage of it here, Dom.
The wrong one. There's your breakdown. Starting lineups come to you here in just a moment.
We're going to do our best here to clean up some of the technical issues yesterday. I know watching the recap, the clock kept kind of running up and down, etc., but we were having some Bluetooth issues there. Hopefully today, no issues.
Hunter, not the hunted, makes his way back into the crease. On the backside, we're going to have Dashel and Connor. Up front, we're going to have Landon, Irvin, and Parker.
Oh,
Hang on. Hang on. Did you get it? All right. Goalies are ready. Refs are ready. Players are ready.
I'm ready, Don.
Let's roll. Puck is down. Comes back. Indiana picks it up from the defensive side. Looking for the breakout right away. Good forecheck. Indiana has zone entry, chips it in. Dashel has escaped. Dashel has taken the back of the net. Nobody on the board, though. Irvin in a board battle. Indiana working off the boards. Dashel out of the corner. Indiana working the backside of the net. has a first shot on net, deflected wide. Daschle gets a puck out to the half boards. Parker comes through, bumps it forward. Irvin has it. Irvin gets a line, turns the fires to deep. Landon is in on the forecheck. Landon wins the race. Parker's into support. Jackson and Mark on the backside. Trevor's on up front. Indiana up the half boards. Mark has it, punches it forward. One turn shot, fire saved. Indiana picks it up. They're coming up the outside. They chip it up and out, and Mark Jackson back on retrieval. Jackson has the up. Trevor offside. Maybe should have shipped that one in as we had Miller flying through his feet.
Just a half step offside there. Couldn't keep the skate on that blue line. Mark was absolutely flying there coming down on the ice on the back check. Love to see big 2-7 out there patrolling.
Defensive side of the neutral zone. Dylan, Miller, Trev, Mark, and Jackson. Indiana wins the puck back. They have the overturn and fired in deep. Jackson there, up the half boards, looking for Trevor. Just out of his reach. Indiana turns, tries to shoot it. Jackson pokes it up to Miller. Miller to Dylan. They're going to get zone entry. Trevor's flying in to hold the zone. Puck comes up. Jackson has a turn shot fired, deflected on knock. Miller has it. Turn shot fired again. Really good deflection there by Miller, and that's what we need to do is get pucks on net and to the net.
I agree, Don. Great deflection there by MPJ. Coughed up the rebound, put it back into it. Good job by the Indiana goalie, though, stifling that one. But Tbirds so far, a couple great opportunities up front.
Blake and Jack on the backside. Kellen, Garrett, and Linden. Pucks into the corner. Linden working there, ties his guy up. Pucks it up the board. Garrett has it, sends it back on the net. Had Linden. Linden gets it back to Garrett on the hash. Garrett cycles it back down low. Linden just missed it, but gets right back on it. Off the back of the net, he's battling back there. Indiana comes through. They are looking to get out of the zone. They send a cross pass, get behind us. Turn shot, fire, good save by Hunter. We're right back out with speed, but you saw what they just did. They did a hard board pass. Didn't let up on the speed and hit the guy right behind us.
That was a pretty impressive pass, Don. I'm not going to lie.
Garrett picks up the puck. He's got Blake on the over. Blake has zone exit. He's got the line. Got the puck in, getting tied up by two, stuck with it. Linden coming out of the corner. Linden up high to Jack. Jack right back down deep around the corner. Garrett's still on the forecheck here. Daschle's back on the backside. Connor's coming. Really good job by Garrett. Kell sees it. Gets blocked off an Indiana kid. Pressure's really good here right now. Let's keep it going. Indiana up the outside, but Connor steps and holds his own. Puck sent across. Kellen has a turn shot fire right into the belly and frozen. Really good pressure here.
Yeah, great job by that line on that shift with there with O'Leary, Burns, and Garrett. Really solid shift, creating some opportunities, working the boards, getting it back up to the point. A couple good shots there at the end too. But Don, you had mentioned that hard board pass there on an angle. That was pretty impressive stuff there. And Big 3-1 came up with, looked like he got a blocker or a stick on that, which was a pretty clean opportunity for Indiana.
Sammy, Keaton, Liam, Daschle, Connor. Pucks one over to Liam. Liam's working to get it in support of Keaton. Indiana picks it up. They're going to have zone exit. They have the line. Look, they're just looking to get in with speed every time. Daschle gets it, sends it to the opposite side of the net. Connor's there. Connor chips it out of the zone, looking for Keaton, our own little speed. Gets it in. Indiana from back behind the net, and Liam's all over him. Keaton comes in. Keaton gets muscled down. Indiana comes out with the puck, taking the back of the net. Daschle with the step to short. Puck gets chipped up and out, and Connor back on retrieval. Indiana forces a turnover. Puck's behind the net. They have someone out in front. Puck's loose out front. Puck is cleared. Sammy has it. Sammy's going to get the zone. Smart play. Turns and ships it in deep. We had momentarily just lost coverage there. We had a turnover there on the hatch. Indiana up the outside. Irvin, Parker, Landon. Parker, board battle. Puck gets sent in. We have Jackson and Connor Hilly on the backside. We have a whistle calling an offside, I guess. Puck must have came outside.
Interesting. Great save there by 3-1. Puck came loose to the front on the pressure there by Indiana. Came out there just right on the doorstep, was able to get a chest on that one. But great pace so far in this one, Don.
Landon on the draw. Landon wins it back. Connor Hilly has it. Up the board. In the zone, and Indiana has it right there looking for the cross pass. Landon intercepts it. Parker turn shot fired just wide on goalie. Backhand chance. Indiana has it. They're looking to come up the outside. Have zone entry. Connor Hilly playing back behind the net, but Indiana's right there. Jackson comes through, bumps it up to Parker. Parker has Landon. Landon has wide zone entry, gets around one, turn shot fire. Walker say puck's loose out front. We couldn't quite get there. Good scoring chance there. Indiana up the outside, good skip by Parker. Indiana tries to come up the boards, and Irvin holds it. Parker comes through to support. Landon's there, tried to shoot, gets stick check. Indiana's able to clear it out of the zone, and Connor Hilly has it. A little soft backhander. Indiana has it land right on their stick. Shot on net, no danger. Mark has it. Mark's up the outside. We're looking for changes. Mark in all by himself. Turns out of it looking for help. Had Trevor coming in. Just missed, but really good back check. Indiana turns it in. That should be an icing, and it will be. That'll be an offensive zone face-off again.
Yeah, you've
pretty
seen
good pressure. We're just losing a little bit here on the back end times.
Great pressure so far on the offensive side of things. Doing a good job on the defensive side of things. It seems like Indiana's just going to dump and chase hard on that forecheck, but D doing a great job of getting that exit puck out there.
Mark and Blake on the backside. Dylan Miller and Trevor on up front. Unfair face-offs. Puck in Dots. Puck gets chipped out. Trevor does a good job getting back initially. Indiana chips it up and over. They get by, but Dylan does a good job getting back, battling. Indiana playing off the board. Trevor battling. Puck's there. Blake comes through with it. We have a 4-on-2 developing. Let's be smart. Blake loses it to the outside. Gets pinned up. Mill comes in. Mill's up to Dylan. Dylan tried to send it on net. Indiana's right there. Send it to the half boards. Indiana chips it up out of play. Blake has it, turns and fires it in. Now we're onside. Daschel now back on the backside. Kellen on. Indiana up the outside. Blake has it. One tease, gets stick blocked. Trevor's there. Turn shot just wide of the net. Dylan out of the corner. Cycles it for Trev. Trev to Daschel. Daschel turns shot. Gets blocked, but he picks it right back up. Leaves it for Kel. Kel tried to slide it to Daschel. Daschel chips it out front. Oh, comes out of the zone as we were looking for backside changes. Lennon has a turn shot fire, right spot, late pad. Gave up a quick rebound and pulled it back into it.
Great shot there by 91. Used the defender as a screen there and just almost snuck that right underneath the glove and the leg pad there of the goalie, which is one of the tougher shots to defend there, Dom. So great little shot there by 91, but great pressure by the Tbirds here. So
we go. Garrett, Kellen, Linden, Daschel, and Connor. Puck sent to the corner. Indiana has it, but Burnsy's all over it. Puck's in skates. Burnsy comes out with it. Fires it to Kel. Kel turns shot fire. Saved and frozen.
We talked about pucks on net, Don, and 8 shots so far for the T-Birds. Great offensive pressure.
Good scoring chances, not missing by much here on a couple of them. Let's go do it all over again. Kellen in for the draw. Puck one back. Daschel picks it up. Daschel turns shot, fired. Climbed up the goalie into the outside of the net. Bernsey gets it to Connor. Connor up top. Connor shot fired, got deflected wide. Indiana sends it right up the middle. They have zone entry. Connor defending. Good job. Coming back. Hand pass. That's going to come out of the zone into the neutral zone. Should be some changes, I'm guessing.
T-Birds doing a good job so far defensively, staying within themselves, staying knowing their positions and lanes here, and just really pushing that stuff to the outside.
Offensive changes. Parker, Landon, Irvin come to the ice. Daschel, Connor remain on the backside. Buck's tight end skates. Landon finally comes out of it, gets to Irv. Irv chips it in. Goalie comes out with the stick, and Landon's all over him, like right here, right now. Irvin has it. Irvin gets tied up. Parker has it, looking for a little give and go. Landon working out of the corner. Has Daschel. Daschel has Connor. Connor's shot gets blocked. Indiana gets it right on their stick, and Daschel defending. Good job keeping everything to the outside. Indiana has a high turn shot. Gets deflected. Indiana back on net. Deflected off of the stick, though. Doesn't make it there. Connor defending down here in the corner. Daschel and Connor working out of the corner. Puck comes up the half boards. Parker's going to have that. Parker slides it through to Landon. Calling offside. Is that little slippery slide pass just couldn't get quite across the line before Irvin got in the zone.
Physical, clean game so far. Both teams coming in hard on that forecheck defensively as well. With a couple big hits there. You just saw that one on Landon in the corner by the boards.
Keaton, Sammy. This guy has a lot of words to say this morning. Keaton, Landon, Liam. Jack and Blake. Keaton has it here. Tried to get it up. Indiana's going to get zone entry around Jack. Blake and Jack down in the corner. Sam coming in to support. Jack picks it up back behind the net off the half boards. It's out of the zone. Indiana sends it back in offside. Sammy has it. Sammy cross-ice pass to Blake. Blake chips it up. Indiana's right there. Send it back up and in. They wave off icing off the skate of Indiana at center ice. Blake back behind the net. Blake loses an edge. Indiana comes out with it. They're looking to work out of the corner. Again, look, come right to net front. Turn shot, fire, saved by Hunter.
Oh, my God.
And that's a bummer. Puck came right out to Indiana's stick. We had him tied up in front, but just weren't lifting sticks. They threw it right to the left side of Hunter, and Indiana got a stick on it to deflect it to the back of the net.
Yeah, made a good initial save there off the first one. Puck came out, deflected, thrown back into the net, and looks like it found a skate blade or a stick blade and just kind of fluttered up into the net. Tough one there is Tbirds really applying the pressure here, but down 1-0.
Miller, Trevor, Dillon on with Mark and Jackson. Indiana sends the puck in deep. Jackson sends it back behind the net. Miller has it. Miller up to Trevor. Trevor chips it up. It gets through. Indiana regrouping in their defensive zone. They have the line. They turn and dump. Try and chip it in. Again, you see there's another chip in with speed. Miller's got it. Turns, fires, and in deep. Miller comes out to play it, and Trevor's hard on the forecheck. Indiana versus the backside of the net. Again, they're trying to play everything with speed. Good stick by Dillon, loses his stick. Indiana regrouping in the defensive zone. Up the outside. We got to play bodies. They have zone entry. Slide it right through again. Good stick by Mark. Mark's able to flip it up and out. Indiana will get that right in their defensive zone. Garrett slides it through to Dylan. Dylan's going to have zone entry, trying to get through, gets bodied, and that's a good defensive play by Indiana. Garrett comes in, he's got a lane, turn shot, fired off the goalie, up and out of play. Pretty good spot with that angle on the net and being that close.
Yeah, it looked like he had quite a bit of net on the far side there, and Indiana goalie was just able to get a piece of it with his stick blade, but great job there taking advantage of that turnover, turning that into an opportunity for Tbirds.
Dash O'Connor on the backside, Kellen, Linden, and Garrett on up front. Kellen in for the face-off. Looking for fair face-offs. Pokes one back to Dashel. Dashel turns shot, fired on net. Good screen by G Money. And Linden on the backside to pick up any trash if it comes out, but the goalie just frozen. Pucks into the corner. Indiana tries to reverse the side of the ice. Garrett working off the boards with Burns. Puck sent back behind the net. Kell's going to try and apply pressure. Puck's cleared up and out and down. That is not going to be icing. Dashel picks it up. Dashel has Linden. Linden has Kellen. Kellen coming in with speed, getting help from behind, looking for time and space, has it back to the net. Kellen turns out of it. Put it on net front, nobody home. Indiana comes right out with it, tried to send it up. They're looking off the net to try to shoot it. Caught a backhand shot, Indiana has it right on their stick. Indiana loses it on the blue line. They're able to send it up and in. And they're looking for changes. Hunter leaves it for Dashel. Dashel up to Linden. We're looking for backside changes. Irvin now on with Landon. Indiana up the outside again. They're going with speed. Little 3 to 6 foot passes. Good stick by Connor Hilly. Landon comes through with it. Chips it up the half post, but not out. Indiana has it. Turn shot fired. Hunter gets a piece of it. Goes to the far corner. Connor Hilly and Blake on the backside. Landon comes through. Landon has center ice. Has Parker. Irvin's on his horse. Come on, Irv. Keep fighting. Connor Hilly was able to hold it. Shot got blocked. Offside. Oh, that was a smart play. That was an offside play, but Indiana player did not play it. Got back on side. Good job by Connor Hilly with the stick and step. Shutting that down right up the middle. Lands right back on his stick. He's got Irvin on the outside. He's got Landon going. Tried to slide it through. Hit a late pad. But we're not letting them go without any pressure. Turnover. Landon had it off the stick. Jack on the backside now with Blake. Landon turns, flips it in, and Parker's going to go to work. Indiana reverses inside the ice again, flip it up and out of play, so that'll be an offensive zone face-off. And if you guys are running laps today, you're able to keep up with this game because it is at warp speed right now.
It is a fast game out there on the ice. Ice conditions deteriorating by the second, though, out here as we played here on Thursday night. Starting to slow them down, but these two teams are buzzing. They're carrying a ton of speed through the neutral zone.
Jackson and Jack on the backside. Trevor, Miller, Dylan on up front. Dylan working behind the net. Miller comes in to support. Puck comes up high. Jackson has it. Turns, sends it in deep. Dylan picks it up out of the corner. Dylan right back up to Jackson. Jackson has the lane. Turns shot. Blocked in the shin pads. Indiana turns and dumps it out deep. I'm not sure if that's going to make it. And it does. But if you know the song, Can We Build a Snowman? There's plenty of snow to do that with here on this sheet. Dashel Connor come on the backside. We've got Landon, Parker, and Irvin on Up front, let's go get one here, boys.
I agree,
Landon
Don.
steps in on the draw. Punch one back. Parker. Oh, that's been Parker's money spot all weekend. Daschel slides it back through deep. Give Irvin a chance. They try to reverse side the ice. Connor steps to try and hold the zone. Does. Parker gets stick check. Comes out of the zone. Parker in retrieval. Daschel comes through, has it back behind the net, sends it up the half court. Parker's trying to get there. Comes right back to that.
Indiana
Whistle.
player
Yeah.
lost his lid there on that hit by, what was that, Parker?
Parker.
But, yeah, needs to strap that one on a little bit more. And, man, I almost feel like I need a helmet for this game. Great pace, good back-and-forth action. This is a unfortunate that it's 1-0 Team Indiana, as I feel this is a really good hockey game.
Hey.
And should be even 1-1 or 0-0.
They're on it. The other guy had it right. Equipment comes off with our possession. Puck should have come out of the zone, but they're giving us a defensive zone face-off. Blake and Mark. Kellen. Oh, buddy. Right there. That's a face-off responsibility lapse. We didn't have guys tied up and had not won the puck, and Indiana gets a soft backhander on net. Hunter was alert, though.
Yeah, really got dropped down, stacked them pads up in front on the ice, and was able to stifle that one. But good opportunity there for Indiana off the face-off.
Miller, Trevor, Dillon on. Blake and Mark remain on the backside. Puck one back. Mark working. Mark backhand up the other side. Trevor lets it slide through. It's out of the zone. Indiana collecting in their defensive zone. They have the over. Can't handle it. Can't handle it again. And I think that's part ice conditions. Puck up the middle, but forecheck's on. Miller has it. Miller left it for Dillon. Dillon shot. Puck still loose. Finally, it's frozen. But good little sequence there. Did that ref just give Dillon a little stiff arm?
Looks like it was a push away, but that's definitely what I saw. Not a shocker there with big 2-5 there, and causing some issues after the whistle.
A little how do you do, huh?
Oh yeah, Penny doing what he does best, but great opportunity there for Dillon there on the doorstep. But got to solve this Indiana goalie.
Puck comes up to Mark. Mark turn shot gets blocked. The opposite side. Indiana's looking to stretch, and Miller right on it. Dillon coming in support. Dillon getting held up. He's working hard. Got taken down. No call. Miller working hard. Again, puck gets reversed back behind the net. They send it up the half board. Blake has it. Mark turn shot fire gets deflected down. Puck's loose. Indiana tried to clear it. Blake was able to poke it initially. Mark turn stumps it in. We are now back on side looking for some changes.
John, you can really see the condition of the ice slowing down Team Indiana. They early on carrying the puck through the neutral zone with speed. Oh no.
Dillon.
Gonna get 25 here for a trip, and
That's
similar
a
to
bad
the one.
penalty.
Yeah.
Coming off the ice for a change, and they gave him a 2 and a 10. A knee. Yep. That's a tough one right there. So we're going to be down Dillon now for 10 minutes.
46 seconds remaining here in the first period with first special teams of the game. Obviously getting on the penalty kill.
Box one, Indiana has it off the half boards. Got bodied off by Linden. Jack couldn't get enough on it to clear. Indiana working back out of the corner, so Jack and Jackson on the backside. Garrett, Linden on up front. Indiana has the seam. They can play there all day, not much to be had. Send it back to the slot. Turn blocked by Jackson. Get the line and dump it. Get the line and dump it. Turn shot fire came out of the net, well, all the way out of the zone. Jack has it. Turns and fires it in deep. Indiana up the outside, up the middle. Good step by Jackson. Turns, dumps it in deep. Good anticipation there. And that's going to do it for the first period. We come back. Thunderbirds are down by a score of 1-0.
Pretty solid first period by both teams there. Obviously, Indiana up 1-0 on the deflection bounce that happened in front. But so far, shots, we got Tbirds 12 and Indiana Elite 8. But great hockey game so far for a Saturday morning here. Obviously, unfortunate penalty there for Dylan there, and we're going to start on the penalty kill to start this second period. But so far, super impressed with the way we're playing, and great hockey game on both sides.
Again, the name of the game for these boys as they continue to get older is composure. Right? It is a game of emotion. You've got to learn how to harness that in because there's scratching, clawing, fighting, no biting because they have cages on.
No Mike Tyson's here, huh?
No Mike Tyson's here.
Or the Brad Marchand lick in the face, you know.
Cashel having some words for Dylan, who was in that spot yesterday. We're going to need all of our boys here the rest of the weekend. Blake and Mark come on the backside. We've got Linden and Garrett on up front.
Pretty particular here about face-offs. It's been a theme all weekend, Don.
It sure has. Once down, Indiana has it back. They have the line. They choose to skate it in this time. Good angle by Mark initially. Blake trying to eat it back behind, and a battle comes out with it. Blake turns and wires it down the ice. Indiana goalie comes out to play it, set it up, and Burnsy is flying. Goalie just took out Burns behind the net, no call. Indiana has zone entry. Good job getting guys in sticks and lanes and on bodies. They go high with it. They have the over. Come back down the opposite side looking for the backside. Blocked by Mark.
Great job by Mark there.
I mean, good sticks. We're not really giving them much. Good tie up here by Blake. Working off the slot, turn shot. Wow, they made that. That looked like it was in to me, but I'm not on the ice.
We'll have to check the replay of that one, but it looks like 31 was screened up front, and he picked the top corner and hit the post and came out, thankfully for us.
We are now even. Daschel and Blake on the backside. On. Blake takes his dive back behind the net. Working to poke it forward. Garrett has it. He's able to chip it out. Parker is rolling. And that's going to be an icing, it looks like. So that'll be a defensive zone face-off. Allow us for wholesale changes. Connor comes on the backside with Daschel. We have Landon, Irvin, and Parker on up front.
There is a lot of snow out there on that ice, Don. You could build your snowman.
Yeah. Something going on with the net here.
Yeah, it looked like one of those last slides, Don. He came hard into the post and it came loose, but I think ice conditions, and we saw this on Thursday on this rink too, is they slide anywhere from 5 to 8 inches anytime you come into them. So hopefully they can do a little repair work and get this thing anchored in.
Trying to dig it in now a little bit more. We'll see if that helps.
not from experience, but from conversations with goalies. That is one of the things you've got to feel comfortable with that post, that it's going to hold you when you slide across. Otherwise, you start to slow yourself down, etc. So hopefully we can shake this one off, get that thing anchored in, get comfortable on.
Here we go. And then we'll step in for the draw. Landon chips it back. Connor has it, reverses it up, but nobody on the boards. Daschel steps, pokes it forward. Indiana has it, turn shot. Daschel clears the puck up and out of the zone. Indiana regrouping in the neutral zone. Cross pass. Missed it initially, but they have it right back in. Connor has it. Connor's got Parker. Parker's going to get zoned. Parker, again, was looking for his patented move. That puck is just dying. Parker working back behind the net. Spins out of it. Has net front. Irvin has it. Irvin has Connor. Connor looking for a shot. Shot blocked and shit pass. Puck set up and out and down. We'll stay right here because that'll be an icing.
As you said, ice conditions, just holding the puck. These guys are used to that puck coming with them as they're moving it around, and it's just sticking to it.
And that's all the reason for the carry the puck as little as possible, because it's like slamming on the brakes. Past the puck, you gotta get a little bit more momentum off the stick. Trevor, Miller, Sammy, Jack, and Jackson. Puck came out of the zone. That'll be a neutral zone face-off.
Just by a hair.
I'm not sure how they see the blue line underneath all that snow. Miller steps in. Jack has the line, turns, dumps it in deep. Indiana goalie comes out to try and play it. Trev in on the forecheck. Puck up the half boards. Good job by Miller. Sam has it. Sam off the hash. Cycles it back down to Trev. Trev turns shot fired just wide. Jackson steps to short. Jackson cycles it up to Sammy. Sammy turns shot fired. Puck's loose out front. We're going to be going on a power play as Trev got taken out in front of the net. High stick, they're calling. So we're going to be going on the power play here.
Great pressure there by the Tbirds line, getting that puck moved around, creating that opportunity there. Puck came in. We've got to figure out a way to solve this Indiana goalie. A lot of shots, center mass, etc. But he's been doing a great job of staying within space and doing that. But love to pick one up here.
The ones that haven't been center mass, there's been some juicy rebounds. We just haven't been able to get to them. So here we go, a power play. Daschel, Connor, Landon, Irvin, Parker. Landon in for the draw. Parker has a turn shot fire. I mean, Parker has a shot that is so quick. Connor has it. Connor over to Daschel. Daschel right back to Connor. Connor over to Landon, missed the pass. Indiana has it, but Landon's able to hold it. Landon has it. Landon tried to slide to Daschel. Irvin had a shot on net. Irvin turn shot fire wide of the net. Connor's able to hold his own. Has a lane. Got stick check. Puck comes up high. Connor has it. Connor leaves it for Landon. Oh, Landon had Daschel on the backside. Looked like, I don't know if we missed the one time or what happened there, but a really good opportunity.
Couple of golden opportunities here early in the power play. Great job moving the puck, and I think we just missed that one, but
Landon has zone entry. Landon was looking for Daschel. Indiana with a good stick. Daschel has it back. Daschel turn shot fired, deflected. Didn't miss by much by Parker. Puck comes out of the zone. Daschel has it. Irvin has.
Great shot there by was Dashel there. Got a tip up front, and this puck just has eyes to not go in the net. I thought that thing was going in and just steered wide of the post as the goalie got a piece of it.
Oh, that was a little unfair face-off. Indiana came in. Oh, little mugging back behind the net. Mark Blake, Kellen, Trevor, Miller. Blake has the puck. Third shot fired, blocked. We got to find lanes. They have blocked a lot of shots again today. Cleared all the way up the ice. Mark's going to pick that up on the retrieval. We've got about 12 seconds to go. Leaves it for Blake. Blake's going to have zone entry. Blake to the outside. He's got the back of the net. Getting mugged. We're even. Turn shot fired. Again, blocked. We got to move the puck here, boys. Miller's going to pick it up off the slot. Bumps it to Kell. Kell got stick check. Monk has it. Turns just fires it in deep. Trevor working there. Off the back of the net. Miller's there in support. Miller getting bumped from behind. Indiana bumps it up the boards. It comes out. They're going to have zone entry. Oh, try to run to the net. Really good job by Hunter to stay square. You got to get up. Trevor taking the puck down into the corner, gets bumped from behind. Sammy now on the ice, come right up the middle, up and out of the ice on their own merit. We'll be looking for changes here. Sam hard in on the forecheck. Connor Hilly now on the backside. Garrett on with Linden. And he up the outside, misses the up pass. Connor Hilly's there. Connor's going to have the back of the net. Reverses it. Linden's going to go pick that up. Linden tried to send it up the boards, and Indiana holds. Indiana has the save. Turn shot, fire, save. Shot, fire, save. Shot, fire, save to the opposite side. Couple of point-blank shots there. Indiana up high. Sammy has it, tips it up and through. Garrett, come on, buddy. Come on, Linden, finish the deal. Crappy ice, Linden gets it in front. Puck comes out. Connor Hilly has it, turns and fires it in deep. That's a smart play. Sammy's going to pick it up out of the corner, leaves it for Garrett. Garrett had Linden coming to the net. Slow roller, and Indiana picks it up, and they're out of the zone. Jackson on the backside with Connor Hilly.
Ice conditions here are similar to very like pond hockey-ish. As this puck is just sticking to everything, slowing the game down.
Causing a lot of unintended mistakes, certainly. Puck gets shipped out of his zone. Jackson picks it up. Jackson turns, fires for a goal. Hell yeah, Dom. Atta baby Dyer. And we have us a tie game.
Absolute rip there from Dyer. Tbirds came through the neutral zone, even given the ice conditions, with a ton of speed there. And Jackson just puts that one right between the glove and the leg pad there. Great absolute rifle.
That shot was put right where they tell the defenseman to put it. 16, 18 inches off the ice makes it really tough for a goalie into that little pie-shaped space just above the leg pad.
With 9:32 here to go in the second period, right where this game should be 1-1 done.
Connor Dassel on the backside lane and Irvin Parker on up front. Let's keep that ice tilted here. Indiana comes out with it. Parker forechecking. Parker tried to bump it up to Irvin, can't. They lose it. They poke it right back up. Connor has it. Connor has some space. Connor has zone entry. Again, tried to shoot it, but the puck just set right in the spot that he left it. Did not slide. Irvin has landed up tall. Landed around one. Landed turn shot fired on net. Lake that save out to the corner. Irvin's battling there, right to Landon. Landon creating space. Sends it down into the corner, and Parker's there. Parker leaves it for Irv. Irv turn shot fired. Save. Connor steps, sends it back down in deep to Parker. Puck comes up high. Indiana's going to have his own exit. Puck's blocked. Shot sent in on net. Hunter punched it out front. Connor has it. Connor plays it up the boards, has Irvin. Irvin lost it off the stick, but is able to get it up and out. Indiana with the overturns, fires it back in. Connor back behind the net. Dash angles this guy off. Parker picks it up. Parker has Irvin with speed. We have 2-on-2 going. Offside. Oh.
Great pass there coming through. Just a hair offsides there as Landon was coming crashing hard in the net, and the Indiana guy got a little piece of him, got tangled up there with the goalie, but it looks like everybody's all right on that one.
Yeah, ref is having a few words for the Indiana kid. He's not going to call. Oh, he almost lit him up for unsportsmanlike, escorting him all the way to the bench. I guess warnings are allowed in this game. Wholesale changes. Blake and Jack on the backside. Miller, Trevor, and Keaton. Keaton bumps it forward into the zone. Indiana gets it right back out. Indiana trying to take the middle of the ice, but Miller's all over him, forces him to the outside. Send it to the middle. Miller's right there. He's got Keaton rolling with him. Miller's going to have zone entry. Got around one. Keaton with the shot on net. Puck still loose out in front. Trev is there. Miller got stick check. Puck's out of the zone. Turned right over to Jack. Comes off Jack's stick. Indiana has zone entry. Good stick by Jack there, keeping everything to the outside. Indiana trying to send it to net front. Net's off. But again, we lost coverage a little bit there, and they're sending everything to the net, right? Cycling through. So if we just kind of build that house foundation and keep them to the outside, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, I got a little lost in the defensive zone there on that one. Generated an opportunity there, and net came off as I think like Hunter made maybe the first 1 or 2 saves there. But then they had an open net. Would have put that one in, but fortunately that net was out of the crease. Off the crease, out of the crease, you know what I mean.
Here we go, Jackson and Mark on the backside with Kellen, Garrett, and Linden. Jackson pokes it back behind the net. Mark's there. Indiana flips it up. Bernsey with a good long stick, able to chip it up and out. Again, puck just held up right there on the boards. Indiana picks it up. They missed the overpass. Jackson has it. Jackson has the line. Smart play. Sends it in deep. Kellen in on the forecheck. Ties his guy up. Garrett's got it. Garrett was, Bernsey. Yeah!
Lyndon Burns, welcome to the score sheet. Tucks that one in under the pillows. I know Graham's sitting at home on the couch excited about that one. Get into that beer fridge, Graham. Crack one open on a Saturday morning after a big goal by Burns.
And let me tell you, that line had it coming all weekend. They've been working hard to find that forecheck. And even on bad ice there, they got it done. Good patience there on Burns, right?
Great
put that
patience
rat back on. Goalie froze. Tucked it right into the back. Landon, Irvin, Parker, Dassel, Connor. Indiana has a line. Thurston fires it in deep. Dassel going back behind the net. Sends it up. Oh, Connor had it. Connor gets it to Irvin. Irvin has Dassel. Again, puck's just coming off sticks. Parker slides it up, has Landon. Landon in a one-on-one. Where's that? Where's that? No call. Landon just got tripped right in front of the ref. No call. Connor loses an edge. He's able to recover. Gillen's now out of the box. Puck sent in deep.
Swallowed his whistle on that one, Don.
Forward battle. Puck comes up. Puck sent up and out of the zone. Indiana in the neutral zone. Puck up. Dillon has it. Dillon pokes it forward, trying to get around one. Is battling. Irvin turns shot fired. Dillon going to the net. Irvin says it high to Connor. Connor turns shot fired wide of the net. Puck's right there.
Yes.
Landon battling through. Again, getting mugged. Dylan has it. Puck tipped up and out of play, so that'll be an offensive zone faceoff.
Landon had a great opportunity there, showed a ton of patience coming across, looked like he was getting hooked, sticked, held, everything coming, unable to get that shot and tuck it in on the far side, but great pressure by the Birds here.
Puck won by Miller. Miller turns back to Blake. Blake shot fired, saved out to the corner. Indiana's able to chip it up and out. Blake has it. Miller, Trevor, Sam. Blake has zone entry. Backhander through the crease, opposite side of the net. Miller picks it up there, trying to work with Trev. Jack in support, Sammy waiting in the wings. Trev comes out with it. Miller out front, backhand, puck still loose, puck still loose. Puck still loose. Oh, Trevor gets Colleen in front. That's his second draw of the game. It's going to be a power play for your Thunderbirds. Miller was It's going to be a power play for your Thunderbirds.
Great scrum up in front.
Hard, getting mugged all over the place.
Great scrum up front with a loose puck there. Unfortunately, we couldn't get a stick blade on that one, but Trevor picks up on the cross check there. We're going to go on that power play, and great movement on the last power play here. Let's see if we can tuck one in, go up 3-1 with 4:25 remaining.
Miller, Dylan, Trevor, Mark, and Blake. Trevor off the half boards. Again, puck's just sticking all over. Mark has it. Mark over to Blake. Mark leaves it for Miller. Miller's splitting center. Shot gets blocked off a shin pad. Indiana's going to pick that up, send it all the way up and down. Hunter comes out to settle it. Mark from back behind the net leaves it for Blake. Blake comes out. He's going to have the outside entry. Up high to Mark. Mark over to Dashel. Dashel on net. Parker. Blake's able to hold the zone. Blake bumps it to Dashel has it. Dashel looking for time and space, looking to get Connor on. Dashel over to Landon. Switching spots. Landon with patience. Oh, had Connor on the backside. Puck's able to be held. Parker has it. Oh, Landon going right through. Connor off the hash. Looking for Irvin on the far side. Irvin now has Landon. Connor up tall. Connor right back to Landon. Right in skates. Right up the middle. Good sticks. 25. We're behind him. Irvin has it. Irvin has Dashel.
Great possession though. Puck movement.
Dashel back behind the net.
On net here, Don.
Dashel has Landon cross ice. Off the side of the net. Dashel comes back out with it. Cycles it back down to Parker. 3 seconds. Landon shoots, misses. That's a slash. Again, no call. Puck on net, saved and frozen. And it wasn't for lack of trying.
No.
Just a crappy time to have a power play with all this snow. Where are the Avs girls when you need them?
Yeah,
you calling a favor?
Well, politically correct, it is the ice crew now, Don, versus the ice girls.
I stand corrected.
Yeah. But we could use them. We got about at least 2 to 3 inches of snow here on the top of the plane surface. But
Trevor, Dylan, Miller, Mark, and Blake. Blake turn fires, glove save.
Tbirds playing a great second period here, now leading shots 24-12, up 2-1 with 2:01 remaining here to go in the second.
Trevor high to Blake. Blake right back to Trevor, back behind the net. Trevor looks back to the net for space, has Mark up Paul. Mark turn fire, gets blocker save out to the corner. Blake steps in. Blake's working back behind the net. Puck comes up the half board. Mark there. Mark gets stick check. Puck sits there though. Trevor has it. Trevor cycles up to Miller. Miller back high. Mark has a lane. Shot block, picks it right back up. Mark turn shot fire, gets saved out to the far side. Blake trying to fire it. Again, puck is just sitting there like crazy. We got to be hard on our sticks. Trevor getting hooked again. Indiana able to clear it up and out and down. That'll be an icing and a wholesale change with 59.5 seconds left here in the second period.
Great pressure there. Puck moving along the boards, really working hard under these ice conditions. But see if we can tuck one in here before the end of this period going into the third. So I'm excited to see this Zamboni come out and clean this thing up.
Jack Jackson on the backside. Lyndon, Garrett, Kellen. Lyndon working back behind the net. Got angled off, but we stick with it. Lyndon comes right back. Garrett has it. Puck's loose out front. Lyndon got taken out in that front. They have a 4-on-2 developing, but Jack shuts that down. Kellen back out. Jackson's able to clear it up and out right to Garrett. If we hurry, we have a 2-on-2. Garrett over to Lyndon. Lyndon slides it all the way through. Has Kellen coming through. Kellen working out of the corner, looking to create space. Cycles it back down to Garrett. Garrett working out of the corner. 2-on-1 battle there. Lyndon coming in to support. Indiana takes the back of the net. They send it up, lose it in skates. They send it out, but Kellen's right there. Kellen slides it over to Garrett. Turn shot fire saved and frozen, and that's going to be 6 seconds here left in the second period. Offensive zone face-off.
Seen it a couple times today. Good little set plays coming off of these face-offs here. See if we can generate a shot here in the last 6 seconds. Coach Seavey dialing something up here. Win this thing back to Connor.
Daschel, Connor, Landon, Parker, Irvin. I think Landon wins forward, gets stripped off the face-off. And that's going to do it.
Trip right off the face-off there on Landon, no call.
And I'm not in Ryan's head, but with two guys on the inside and a right-hand shot, you do one of two things. You either put it on net immediately and send those guys crashing in the net, or you win it back, and center also goes to net with three guys going.
That's why we're up here, though, Dom. Great period there by the Tbirds, though. Going into the third, leading 2-1. Shots looking 26-12. Excited to see us come out, get a clean sheet ice, and finish this one off.
Stay tuned. We'll be back with you here in just a moment.
There you go.
All right, here we're coming back to the ice. So we get ready for the third and final period of this matchup.
Good little intermission break. Got a fresh Zam on arguably probably the worst ice in Minnesota.
Can you believe that? The words that just came out of your mouth, bad ice in the motherland of hockey?
You would not, the state of hockey, they're going to need to do something about this one. But excited for this third period. I would argue to say that was the best period of hockey we've played all year. Defensively, we're really solid, staying within our lanes and assignments, doing a good job blocking pucks, getting zone exits, and offensively controlled the puck, moved the puck, great golden opportunities. Obviously, had a good one by Lyndon Burns to take the lead there, 2-1, but should be a good period of hockey here, Don.
So as they say in the spirit of the game, when you're winning, we need 0 more goals, no more goals to win this game. So we just got to focus, as you said, on playing the game the right way, keeping it simple.
I'm going to take my shoe off and check the math on that one, but looks like it's going to check out, Don. No more goals for us, and if we don't give up anymore, we end up, after this 17 minutes, winning this game. But I expect early on, Team Indiana, obviously probably went into the locker room. Coach got them reset. They're coming out on a fresh sheet. And we saw it in the first period. They really like moving that puck through the neutral zone with speed. So we got to be wary of that coming into this one. Hold on to it for the first 5 and then settle into our game. So
here we go. 17 minutes will go up on the clock here. Last words, it looks like, from Boozy. Again, missing our buddy Ethan from afar.
Hopefully he's on the road to recovery there. Sure, he's tuning in Windsor, checking in on us.
Coming to the ice here, we're going to have Landon, Irvin, Parker, Dassel, and Connor. Let's get ready to rumble. Goalies are ready. Refs are ready. Puck is down. Dassel has it. Dassel has the line. Dassel turns out of it. Has Connor on the opposite side. Just squeaked by. Connor has it. Connor chips it up and in. And again, the puck's already moving fast right now. We got to take advantage of it. Indiana from back behind their net, looking for the crosswise pass, miss it. That's going to go up and out and down on net. Indiana out of the corner. Up high, right back down to the slot. Turn shot, fire, missed the net. Comes to the opposite side. Cycles it back down. Indiana sends it back behind the net, the opposite side of the ice. They send it high, turn, shot, fire, misses the net. Puck right up the middle. They're able just to poke it down into the corner. A bad cycle sequence of events. Not sure how that snuck in. Short side. There was a delayed penalty. We've got a tie game.
2-2 on, obviously, I think 31's going to want that one back. It looks like it made contact with the stick there and snuck in on the post. But as you said, delayed penalty call there. They sneak one in there on us. But offensive pressure there by Team Indiana cycling that one along. But we got a 2-2 hockey game here.
Miller, Trevor, Dylan, Jack, and Blake. Got to tilt the ice right away. Indiana comes out with it, has the line. Blake shuts it down. Puck squeaks through. Indiana picks it up in their defensive zone. Maybe over, missed it. I thought they were going to wave that, but again, ice is fast right now, so they're looking to play fast, and
we looked like we snapped back into bad ice when we came out, not expecting the speed of play to pick up.
Yeah, definitely. Team Indiana dictating pace of play here early on here in the third period.
Miller in for the face-off. Indiana comes out with it, trying to reverse the backside of the net. Jack with a good angle to short it, has Dylan behind the net. Dylan loses it. Indiana has the out, but just missed the pass. Trevor back covering. Trevor bumps it to Miller. Miller has his own entry, trying to get through in round one, but can't. Indiana reverses the puck back behind the net. Reverse it again with the over. Good forecheck. Dylan gets tripped. Got poke check. Puck comes up to Jack. Jack turns, fires, gets blocked. Indiana comes out with it. Good stick by Blake. Miller coming back. Miller turns, flips it up and in as we're looking for changes. Jackson now on the backside. Kellen, Linden, and Garrett. Indiana has the line, turns and dumps it in deep. Jackson back on retrieval. Indiana picks it up off the slot. Cross pass. Point. Turn shot fired. It's blocked by Linden. Blake trying to step up in the play, just lost an edge. Indiana recovers, sends it to the opposite side of the ice. That's going to be all the way out, down, and that's going to be an icing, a double icing call. Both refs, all refs have their arms in the air. That'll be an offensive zone face-off.
Great speed here in the third period as Team Indiana really pushing the pace here, and Tbirds responded. Great shift the one before this here, but love to see us settle back into where we were playing that second period.
Mark Jackson on the backside, Kellen, Linden, Garrett. Puck in space. Garrett has first shot fired, just wide. Jackson steps to hold his own, does. Kellen picks it up. Kellen has the back of the net. Kellen up to Mark. Mark over to Jackson. Jackson turns shot fire wide of the net. Kellen's going to pick that up on the hash. Kellen gets tackled. Linden has it. Turn shot fire. Puck's loose out front. Indiana picks it up. They're looking to stretch. They do miss it. That's going to be an icing. But we got to pay attention to that. They're going to be looking to stretch, get behind us like they were early on in the game.
Good shot there by Linden. Burns caught the goalie off guard there. Unfortunately, he was able to get a glove on that, but good opportunity there by 91.
Dashiell, Connor on the backside. Liam, Sam, and Keaton on up front. Let's draw the line, put a little paint spot, get your Ice Magic marker out. Once one back behind the net, Indiana has it. Indiana sends it up the outside, is able to get it out of his own. Dashiell stick and step, has Sam. Sam chips it around. Keaton's going to go dig. Keaton and Sam looking out of the corner. Indiana reverses the backside of the net. Cross pass, sends it up and out and down. That'll be another icing. We'll stay right down on this side for another offensive zone face-off.
Said it before the period started, but Indiana really trying to stretch that ice, carry it through the neutral zone with either a long pass or a ton of speed, and a couple icings coming this way. But offensive zone face-off, we've had a couple great opportunities off this. See if we can win this one back.
Landon, Irvin, Parker, back to Parker, turn, shoot, and rip it. Oh, my goodness. Indiana wins it. Reverses the backside of the net. Connor steps to short. Does. Irvin comes in to help. Has Parker back behind the net. Parker turns out of it. Using the back of the net. Up to Connor. Connor slides it back down to the hash. Landon has it. Landon to Parker gets stick check. Indiana has it. Out of the zone. Indiana turns and dumps it in. Irvin from back behind the net bumps it up high. Indiana turns, fires it. Connor off the skate. Connor bumps it up to Parker. Indiana holds it up right there momentarily. Connor has it. Connor chips it right back up and through, has the over. Irvin's coming with speed, turns and fires it in deep, and we're looking for changes. Landon in on the forecheck. Indiana reverses the side of the ice. Comes up the outside. Trevor's able to hold it momentarily. Sticks with it. Turn tried to shot it. Just came off the stick. Trevor sticks with it. Miller now on with Dylan. Trevor gets taken down. No call. Indiana tries to reverse the side of the ice. Blake holds the board. Then it gets shipped out. Dylan has it. Jones sends it across to Connor Hilly. Connor Hilly hard up to Trevor. Ref impeded play. Miller slides it down to Dylan. Dylan tried the toe drag. Miller and Dylan work it out of the corner. Stick hold, no call. Dylan Fullhog had a stick held down in the corner, no call. Indiana has zone entry. Good stick lift by Blake. Blake off the back of the net, trying to squeak by, does. Blake has the over to Connor Hilly. Connor Hilly has the line, turns, fires it in deep. So we're looking for partial changes. Funky bounce there off the boards. Indiana comes right back up and out with it. Cross pass. Good step by Kellen. Kellen has zone entry. We're looking for changes. Gets tripped on the play. Indiana backhands it out of the zone. Jackson has it. Has the line. Turns, ships it in deep. Kellen's going to go try and win that base. Indiana up the boards, but Garrett comes in. Kellen off the boards. Looking for space. Slides it back down to Garrett. Garrett out front looking for Linden. Puck comes out. Indiana has it. They're going to have zone exit. Looking to go on the outside. They get by. Turn shot fired. Saved out front. Kellen comes through, sweeps it. Mark now on. Mark was trying to send the over. Indiana with the stick. Linden bumps it up and out. Indiana's right there, but Kellen coming right through, has it right back in the zone. Comes right back out there. Jackson turns, fires it in as we're looking for some partial changes. Jasper now on the backside with Mark. Indiana taking it back in the net. Landon on. Indiana up the outside. Shot on net. Hunter makes a save. Puck gets sent up and through. Just misses Landon. Indiana regrouping here in the defensive zone. Indiana's going to have zone entry. Got around one. Mark's still on. Landon trying to send it to the opposite side. Dashel working there with Landon. Puck comes up. Mark has it out of his zone. Irvin trying to pin his guy down. Parker in. Puck gets bumped forward. Irvin working there. Puck gets bumped forward. Indiana with the over. Parker comes back through. Parker bumped it off the board, just missed Landon, but Irvin's coming. Parker comes in. Indiana has zone entry. 3-2 shot up and over the net. Landon's going to have it. Landon bumps it to Parker out of his zone. Indiana up right up the middle. Connor has it. Dashel sends it out of the zone. Parker comes in. Landon tied to Irvin. He's got Connor going with the stick though. Indiana up the outside. Jack now on the backside. Good step by Connor. Connor has the line. They're calling offside as Irvin hadn't cleared the zone yet. That's going to be a neutral zone faceoff.
Take a breath, Don. 7 minutes plus of just straight hockey. Great back and forth by both teams. Phenomenal hockey game we're watching here. As you can see, both teams seeing the opportunity for trying to get that next big goal, take the lead here in a really tightly contested third period.
Let's tilt the game back more to the other side of the ice here. It's a little bit back and forth, but how about if we get some zone time, puck possession, conversation happening with the Indiana coach. Not sure what about. Miller, Dylan coming over to talk to Coach Ryan now.
Coach Ryan not interested in the conversation.
That was an interesting reaction. So, like to be a fly on the wall for that. Indiana comes out with it. Looking for the stretches. Shut it down initially. They now have zone entry. Indiana playing from back behind the net. Jack trying to tie his guy up. Miller comes out with it. Miller off the boards to Trevor. Trevor bumps it up to Dylan, gets it in deep. Indiana's got the back of the net up the outside again with speed. They have zone exit. Good job on the back check. Miller skating back to help out. Miller gets angled off. Jack back behind the net, loses it off his stick. And again, we lost coverage for a moment. Had a guy curling to that low spot and just missed the pass. Indiana coming back with speed. Kellen there supporting. Puck is sent in. Dylan had it, slid off his stick. Indiana recovers, trying to play out of the corner. Dylan looking for time and space, has it. Clears it up and out, right to Indiana. We're looking for some changes. Garrett now on. Puck is in. Indiana's got it. Good stick by Blake. Blocked the pass. Indiana reverses the side of the ice. It doesn't quite get out of the zone. They got a guy wide open in the slot. Send it back behind the net. Stick lifts. Hunter dives out to save that. And we at least were able to get guys back on guys and get sticks lifted because they have guys wide open in that low slot.
Yeah, little coverage lost there. Team Indiana doing a great job of absolutely just flying, creating some good space, moving the puck around, and just got to stay in our defensive zones there and move the puck out of the zone here in the third period. 6:38 to go.
Jackson and Mark, Kellen, Linden, and G Money Garrett. Unfair face-offs. Been talking about it all day. Kick the center out. Puck and skates. Puck sent on Mr. Hunter. He just makes a simple freeze. We'll do it all over again. Jackson comes through with it. Backhands up the hash. Linden has it. Can't get it cleared. It gets sent right back down behind us. Indiana's getting there. We got slightly ahead of the play. Puck comes out front. Kellen has it. Chips it up and out. Indiana regrouping in the neutral zone. Forecheck is on. They're able to clear it in. Mark's there. Mark got bodied off behind the net. Turned it over. Indiana working for back behind the net. Shot on net. Puck's able to be sent high, but not out. Now it's out. All the way down. Better go all the way down. See where they send. It's minimums coming to the neutral zone.
Looks like he's sending it down here for that one.
Yeah, there they go. They're going to send it all the way down. Intentional offsides. Connor and Ash will come on the backside with Landon, Irvin, and Parker. And let's go get one right here. 5:49 here left in the contest. Landon in for the face-off. Puck sent to the half-boards. Landon slides it up to Connor. Connor got stick check. Out of his own. Gassel finds Landon on the opposite side. Landon got stick check into the zone. Connor picks that up. Takes it behind the net. Reverses the backside of the net. Has Gassel, Parker. Gassel picks it back up. Pokes it back in the zone. Indiana picks it up. Again, looking to clear it. They have the clear. Gassel back on retrieval. Gassel has the back of the net. He has Connor. Connor lost it momentarily. Is able to poke it up to Parker. Parker has zone entry. Parker to the outside. Looking for space around the left too. Irvin there. Parker slides it down to Landon. Irvin, Landon, and Parker doing work down on the court. Indiana comes out with it. Indiana loses with it. Sends it in deep. Connor has it. Connor chips it up. Not out. Landon and Parker doing business here. Puck comes back to the middle, sent in deep. Connor chips it to the corner. Gashel chips it up to Landon. Landon to Parker. It's out of the zone. Parker around one. We're looking for changes. Parker chips it in. Irvin on. Indiana's coming back out of the zone. Missed the up pass. Blake's going to get there. Blake turns, lifts it to the opposite side. Has Irvin. Bouncing puck in skates. Miller comes in. Thrown edges. Oh, Miller just missed Jack coming wide open to the backside. We cleared that on our own. Blake back on the retrieval. Blake from back behind the net. We have Dylan, Miller. Oh, Blake takes out Miller. Indiana has zone entry. Again, scrambling a little bit. Shot fired, misses the net. Dylan looking off the hash. Blake sends it cross ice up and out of the zone, and Trevor's going to go try and apply some pressure. Dylan waiting in the wings. Indiana working up the outside board. They're going to have zone entry. They're going to have a 4-on-3 developing. Indiana the outside. And Hunter got it. Hunter made an initial save. Looked like there was a whistle and an extra little love tap after that put the puck in the back of the net.
Yeah. Don, looks like that one came right to the front of the net, got the shot, made the initial save. Looked like they got maybe another one was laying on top of it. And then, as you said, an extra poke there with 3:07 left here in a really tight game.
Puck sent up high. Indiana shoots, fires. Garrett on his horse. Oh, Garrett turned it over. Linden wasn't quite all the way up there and with him. Indiana picks it up down in the corner. We're staying on him. Cross pass. Mark with a good initial skate. Indiana has the line, turns and sends it in. Sneaks by Jackson. Jackson's going to go back behind the net. Reverses it. Mark gets angled off. Kellen's there, though. Kellen up the half boards. Has Linden. Linden tried to chip up and through. Indiana with a good stick. Tried to send it back up and in. Linden and Mark battling here on the boards. Indiana chips it off the boards. Kellen's there with a good stick. Stay with it, Kell. Indiana's able to chip it out. Garrett's there. But stay composed and physical. Indiana sends it in. They're looking for changes. We have some time. Jackson has Linden. Linden chipped it. Indiana just lands right back on their stick, has zone entry. Jackson comes through, is able to chip the puck up and out. Irvin now on, getting help. Indiana chips it right back in. Landon now on. Mark slides it up to Linden. Linden had Irvin. Irvin has Landon. Landon has zone entry. Battling. Landon looking for space, turned it over.
Taken down again.
Taken down. Sticks with it. Indiana now has zone exit. Good stick and step. Kind of shut that down. Indiana out of the zone, being forced to regroup there. Turn and fired in deep. Gashel has it back to behind the net. Has Parker. Parker chips to Irvin. Gets it right back. Parker to the outside. Turns, shot, fired, blocked to the wide side. Right up the middle. Gashel has it. Gashel has the middle of his own. Working to get there. Getting mugged. Sticking with it. Comes out with it. Chips it to Irvin. Indiana clears it up and out. And that is not going to be icing. Connor from back behind the net. Connor has Trevor. Chipped it in deep. Goalie plays it out to the corner. Smart play by the goalie. They chip it right up the middle. They've got zone exit. Now they're looking for zone entry. Good job by Blake. Indiana gets it right back. Landon's battling there, though. 2-on-1. Shedding guys. Indiana's offside. So that's going to be a neutral zone face-off. And holy moly.
Holy moly is right. I am going to need a Bloody Mary or a couple mimosas after this one, Don. But 2-2 with 10 seconds left here.
Miller, Dylan, Trevor, Jackson, and Blake. Puck sent up high. Off the half boards. That's going to do it. I think by rules, I think we go into a 5-minute running clock, 3-on-3.
Oh, not sure I can handle that one, Don. I'm going to be honest with you. But great game so far. 2-2 going into overtime against number 22 Indiana Elite. Great game by the T-Birds. Obviously back and forth, highly contested game by both teams. So excited to see OT here with 3-on-3 action.
If it indeed is a 3-on-3 action, right, this becomes a puck possession, right? Definitely not taking unnecessary risk. Trying to create 2-on-1 opportunities in the offensive zone, and if it's not there, come back out, try to get speed into the zone to create those 2-on-1s.
Yeah, you see it a lot in the NHL and those 3-on-3 and OT, just puck possession, cycling the puck, don't have a great look, bring it back out of the zone, reset, get a change there.
Looks like they're going to make them change sides.
Both teams in OT going into the long change, though, which is...
looks like we're going to start with 2D and an O. Connor, Dashel, Landon. Extra hockey. Puck is down. Puck gets poked forward. Indiana has it to start. This is a man-on-man situation. Landon with a good forecheck. Oh. Indiana looking to try and get set up back behind the net. They have the opposite side. Again, ice is a little shady right now, so we got to pay attention to that. Again, nothing there for Indiana.
Great job by
With a good
Dashel.
steal. Again, puck just sticking on the ice there. Try to get it to Landon, and it just set there. Good pressure here.
As you had mentioned, Dom, top puck possession here is key with T-Birds unable to make a change there. Indiana sneaks one guy fresh legs on.
Good job by Landon here.
Indiana going to reset, get another pair of fresh legs on the ice.
Indiana has own entry wide. Irvin now on. We're looking for changes. Good stick. There it is. Come on, Downer. Oh, Downer got held to the net. Got a shot on. Oh, take some time there. Landon with a chip. As Irvin found him in front, Irvin has it. Blake now on. Landon coming off. Blake to Irvin. Miller on. Irvin off the half boards has Miller. Miller turns out of it again. Puck's just dying there a little bit. Miller to Irv. Irv back over to Miller. We got to go. Miller chipped it in with Blake, looking for speed. Blake trying to poke it forward. Miller back behind the net. Looking for time and space. Turns out of it. We got a 2-on-1 going to the net. Oh, shot blocked up and out of play, but that's the 2-on-1s we're looking for. Miller did a great job coming up the boards, reversing out, creating some space, and Irvin win.
I wish we had a whiteboard for you to draw that one up, Don, but as you said, just as they wanted to, created some space, twisting and weaving there, and created that 2-on-1, but Team Indiana just got a stick on that one, deflected up here. It looks like
Irvin comes out with it. Turns and sends it down in deep. On that one, you got to bring it out of the zone and regroup. Indiana back from behind the net. They're going to have zone exit with speed. 2-on-1. Shot missed the net, but we're going to get it right back. Oh, 2-on-1 maybe. Nope. Indiana's able to get there. Indiana has zone entry. Good initial stick by Irv. Blake comes over to support. They reverse the side of the ice. Can Miller get there? Miller chops it forward. Puck sent out by Indiana, and they've got a guy deep. They're able to get it. Minute and a half here. A little rough change behind the play. We got a 2-on-1 developing. Third shot fired. Good save by Hunter. Dylan now on. Irv was trying to slide it to Dylan. Comes back. Blake picks it up. Irvin's going to come off. Daschle back on the ice. Blake has the outside.
got the angle.
Got Spolcheck. Oh, can you believe that? Unbelievable save by the goalie. The goalie literally, I think, Spolcheck Blake. It came back into Blake's body and found the back of the net. Is that what you saw?
That's exactly what I saw. Blake with just a head of steam, got 2 steps on him, went out for the poke check there, came up. I don't know if it hit a body, their player, etc., but that puck ends up in the back of the net. And for what a great start to a Saturday for us here, Don. Great weather. T-Birds go 3-2 with a huge win over number 22 Indiana, but great team win all around. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, MVP of the game, the Thunderbirds. Because they,
100%.
like you said, came together as a team. They did, for the most part, play 60 or 3 full periods of hockey, but for the beginning of the third period, we adjusted to the game speed and made it happen.
Yeah, total team effort there all the way around. Every single kid contributing on the shifts there, but great hockey game. We play like that the rest of the year, Don. Good things are going to happen for us. So great game to Team Indiana as well. So
tomorrow we will have Mission, currently number 9 ranked team in the entire country, and they are going to bring it. They took one on the chin yesterday to St. Louis. But you know what? There is no mountain too tall for us to climb. Good win to come out on top 3-2. For now, it's Don Jaramillo with my partner,
Nate Christensen.
with Thunderbird Hockey, tuning over.